put this project off for far too long and for no reason. I thought I was gonna have to do research, do math, maybe even read a book. But I didn't have to do any of that. And the coolest part about it is I got it done in about an hour, and I move really slow when I'm in the shop. Sometimes I can't find things. I forget what I'm doing. I just goof off sometimes. Or I get lost in my own shop. Where am I? What is this? So if you want to see how I made an awesome gift or something you can sell in under an hour, stick around and I'll show you how I did it. I was going to show you some sweet action scenes of me milling lumber, but that's really boring. I milled the stock to 3/4 inch thick, so you can go to your local big box store and buy the wood of your choice in the dimensions already cut. Typically, I'd use the bandsaw to help mill the lumber, but my bandsaw is 30 years old and leaves a crappy cut. So we're going to take all day to cut this on the table saw. See that off cut right there? Make sure to keep that, save it. We're going to need that at the end. I know for a future project I'm going to need an edge beading bit. So I did run down to Lowe's and grab this bit. There she is again, the Knuckle Buster 3000. I wish I could meet the first guy that busted his knuckle on a wrench. Wonder what he thought, like, ah, fuck. We gotta find a better way to design this thing. Yep, no. 150 years later, same fucking shape. After using the round nose bit, I'm pleased with the profile so far. But there's too much space between the edge bead and the round nose bit. It's too blah. So we gotta spice this up. I'm gonna slap a flat tooth blade into my table saw and run it right down the middle of that blah profile. It's time to cut a rabbet. There's dozens of ways to cut one, but I've already got this flat tooth blade in my table saw, so we're just gonna flip the frame piece over and slowly creep in. I wasn't quite sure what to do here, but I decided just to cut 45 degrees off 2 pieces and make 1 corner. And we'll go from there. I went and grabbed my tape measure, but then I realized I didn't need it. Sometimes getting a precise cut from your miter saw can be a problem. If you get a DeWalt miter saw, upgrade to the one with the XPS shadow cut line system. You can shave the hair off a fly's ass with this thing. We've got the 2 long sides of this picture frame made now, but we have to deal with the short sides. If you look closely, you can see that tape measure we didn't need in the background. Oh no, my stop block won't work. This piece is too short. I guess we cannot make a picture frame. But wait, we can extend the stop block. Using the same method as before, we're gonna creep in on the right cut. But this time we're gonna really dial it in using playing cards. And boom, you're ready to cut some wood. Now, anytime you're making angled cuts on multifaceted pieces of wood that are double-sided, I recommend you mark cut lines, marking the direction of the cuts you need. Some glue-ups can be complicated. So we're gonna roll Titebond III in this case. It stays wet longer. It's gonna give us time to fiddle with clamps and fidget with the glue up, honky around with the corners, make sure everything's in line. Nothing's more obvious with a corner of trim than when it doesn't line up and the profiles don't match. Remember the offcuts I told you to keep earlier? Go get them. I haven't had time to build a crosscut sled for my table saw yet, so we're gonna try this. But my desk collector keeps sucking up the pieces, and one just shot off into space, so I'm gonna go grab my safety glasses. Now I'm not gonna reinforce these miter joints. This picture frame is gonna get hung up on a wall and probably stay there for years. It's never gonna get moved. It's not gonna be on a table. It's not gonna get bumped and knocked over. So I think the odds of the joints failing are pretty slim. But God forbid one of them do fail, I'll make another video about the importance of reinforcing miter joints in picture frames, okay? I don't want to hear it. The feeling you get as you near the end of a project is magically indescribable. When the project's almost done, but not quite yet, all you have to do is add these fine little details. There's a conflict of emotions taking place. You're excited and happy to see what all your hard work has created. But you're also a little sad because it's almost over. Now you just sat there and watched me make a picture frame. Get up and do it yourself. You can frame an autographed card scraper you got from a guy on YouTube. You can frame whatever's in this box. You can frame whatever the hell this is. I gotta go put it back before my wife gets home.